Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show in social media. I gotta put my glasses on for this one, cause I need to see these comments coming from a mile away tonight. I want to welcome you to the War Zone. I got my good friend Donovan Sadiq. Dimitri K is in the building, and I am the 5-star general. Tonight is Mother's Day. You a mom, you want to call in, you want to pop on the screen, you want to say what's up to your mom, send some shout outs, let us know. We going to get you in here. But I think we need to talk to the moms tonight. Let's talk to the moms tonight. Say, man, top of the afternoon to all of y'all. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Man, I want to welcome you to the War Zone, and I think tonight I'm prepared to start some shiggity, because that's what it needs to be. Tonight we're going to discuss why successful black men marry white women. Get on the phone, call your ghetto fabulous homegirl, you know, with the one with the nails be curving. Call her up, the one that got the booty shorts on when we go into the family functions, and tell her she might need to listen to this. Now, in the process of doing that, if you have a shout out you want to give to your mom and you want to pop in on the show and say it, all you got to do is send us your email address and I'll send you a link. You pop in, say your shout out, and do that for mom, man. I want to give a shout out to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day today. And you know, I hope y'all enjoyed your day. And that's what it is, man. But I'm ready to start some shiggity. So Dimitri, ladies first.
Well, hello there. So I guess first we're going to start off with some Mother's Day stuff. And I'd like to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, you fabulous individuals, you rock. Being a mother is not an easy job. I would say it is one of the hardest jobs on the planet. I dare somebody to argue with me. The mother is the first teacher. The mother shapes the child in every way, shape, and form. The mother, you know, you name it, doctors, counselors, just the whole realm of things. Mothers are that. And so I personally, I'll just be honest with you, I don't really get into Mother's Day like that because, as my father says, Mother's Day is every day. You know, and I get it. You want to take this special day to acknowledge your mom. And I'm one of those people who are on the unfortunate side of things, to where my mother is no longer here. I don't consider my mom dead, as like gone. She's physically gone, but I consider her my ancestor. I still hear the things that she said. And when I have certain situations going on, I think of what she might say to me. And so I draw from her daily. And just to pay homage to my mom, like I could go, like we can go this whole show talking about my mom. My mom was, you know, just all of that. But one of the things always remember her saying is nothing beats a fail but a try. Basically, if you never try, you're always going to fail. Just get out there and do it. Even if you fail, at least you tried, right? So I could go on about the things that she said to me, but I will say this to you guys. I mean, Gary, I believe your mom is no longer here. So I'm, you know, speaking to Donovan and people who you're fortunate enough to still have your mom. I'll tell you this. I don't care what you go through with your mama. Y'all may not get along. You know, we all have issues with our mom or had issues with our moms. But I tell you one thing, when your mama is no longer here, I said this. I mean, my mom's been gone almost 4 years. There's no feeling like being a motherless child. Like when your mom is gone, you never really understand the magnitude of how important your mom is. Like my mom has been gone almost 4 years, and there's times if I've been driven lately because of what's going on. But you know, I would spend, if I'm driving a distance, I would get on the phone and we just talk and talk and talk. And there's times I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna call my mom's not here anymore, you know, and those conversations, like you could talk to a million people, but there's no conversation like having a conversation with your mama, I swear for God. And so I'm just telling you guys this, if you have some issues with your mom, you'll beg and wish every day when she's gone that you can just, have those issues again, right? And so that's all I really have to say. I miss my mom dearly. There's not a day that goes by that I don't miss her. And I say this too, you'll never, ever get over the loss of your mom. You just learn how to deal with it differently. You learn how to live life without her physically being here. But that's something you'll never, and I say never, you'll never, ever get over the loss of your mom. So please appreciate your mom while she is still physically here.
Absolutely. To all the moms out there, again, thank you again for all that you do. Sorry we can't take you out this year. Now you know how us dads feel when we take you guys out, and then when it's Father's Day, you want us to barbecue. So but I called my mom today to make a long story short, and my mom, she's a good old gal. She thinks she's tricking me, but she's running up and down the streets in Slidell, Louisiana, probably hitting Gulfport, Biloxi, looking for one of those side casinos so her and her girlfriend can slide in. So, but if that's what she wants to do, happy Mother's Day.
Exactly. Well, we might as well go on and get into it because people are already making comments. And I like my brother Larry Mayo, know Mayo for a long time. Tonight we're talking about why do successful black men marry white women, but Mr. Mayo said, what about black women that's marrying white men? So we gonna flip it. We're gonna go back and forth on that, Mr. Mayo. I think and I'm gonna go on and get it started. My good friend Kenneth Griffin, he put up a post while we were talking about moms. He just went into it. Said Gary Monroe, just on the topic you listed, if you look at where we are educated at, dictates the divide of number of black women compared to white women there. Black men don't want to deal with so-called attitude black women portray. White women will put up with being cheated on and disrespected, whereas black women will hold you accountable, just my opinion. Now, I don't agree with that whole statement, but I'm going to tell you where you're losing them successful black brothers. Them funky attitudes. I'm gonna be the dude tonight that's gonna be on the opposite side of the ball tonight. Man, as beautiful as you may be, as sexy as you may that you may be, some of y'all got the attitude of a garbage can. You just got a funky attitude, man. And then you get out there and you just act like, oh, I don't need no man. Okay, well, you might as well stay by yourself then. I don't need no man. Okay, cool. But to me, a lot of days you lose out on maybe what that blessing may be because your attitude is just stank. And that can go both ways. But I'm looking at the sisters who that's quick to go off when they see a black man with a white woman. They quick to go off. So just admit, some of y'all got some funky attitudes. Demetri, you can go on and cut me up now.
Woo! I will just say this. I read a book by a black man, and it's titled Why Black Men Love White Women, right? And so let's address what you said here. See, I got something for every occasion, okay? Y'all love to talk about how sisters got attitudes, right? But let's figure out why we have attitudes. Now I sound like I got an attitude, right? Let's figure out why we got an attitude. Black women, I don't care what nobody say. I'll debate anybody on this any day. There is no woman walking this planet Earth that has had to deal with the things that black women has had to deal with, right? We could just start with slavery. And I know a lot, that wasn't y'all fault as black men, but from slavery, we've had to deal with a lot of things. Rape is one of those things, having your children snatched away. And whether we believe it or not, Those things that happened in slavery, we've just taught that to our generations to follow. And so here we are. So yes, sisters sometimes have an attitude because we have a lot to deal with. And I'm gonna just put y'all in the mix a little bit too. And I'm not saying all black men, because I don't like to deal in absolutes, but sometimes y'all don't have y'all stuff together either. And it's mostly black women who are the backbone of a lot of these families. And so not only do we have to deal with, maybe you ain't got no job, so you ain't bringing no money in. You know, we sometimes have 2 and 3, and I'm just speaking from what I know, 2 and 3 jobs to hold the household down, you know, and then y'all might want to cheat on us every once in a while. And so, I mean, there's a whole lot of things that go on with us having an attitude. Like I fail to believe that, okay, let me concede this point. There's a lot of women who do wake up with an attitude, right? Donovan always says, or some black women walk around with their fist all balled up and screw face. You don't know what that woman has been through. And there's some women who just are that way just because. But normally when you say a sister has an attitude, you need to ask yourself, why? Why does that sister have an attitude? Black women got a lot of stuff on our plates. It's just a fact.
Well, I'm gonna say this here. You got to, like you say, sometimes you got to put up with the fact he ain't got no job. Well, when the woman was chasing him, was trying to get the dick, he didn't have no job. So now that he in the relationship, you expect for things to change. See, you set the ground rules from day one. You set the ground rules from day one. And from what I understand, women call that standards. So when you lower your standards, don't be mad at what you got. Go ahead.
So while I agree with you 100% on that, we as women need to be better at choosing and asking questions. So I'll concede that point. But if you know you with a sister who got her stuff together and she trying to help you get your stuff together, why trick that off? Why not say, okay, this sister got my back. She's, doing all these, which is out of order. I completely agree. But while you have a sister that's doing that, why do things that are adverse to the relationship? Like I said, a lot of black women have been through, and I'm only speaking from a black woman's point of view, but we've been through a lot. And so a lot of times when we open ourselves up, to a man, is because we really see great things in him from what we can see, and we want to make it together. I get tired of black women. I speak to the young women all the time, if they're having problems with their man. We need black people to stay together. We got enough single black women out there, because it's hard to be a single black mama, woman, however you want to say it, because we got a lot on our plate. But if you got a woman who's trying to help you do something, why not rise to those standards? You may not be there now, but if she's taking the time and spending and trying to invest everything into you, why not rise to the occasion?
Well, I'm gonna jump in here, Donovan, and I'm gonna give it to you.
Go ahead.
First of all, if they do it exactly the way you
know better, I'm just playing.
If they do it the way that you said, my sister, they in violation. Why are you inviting a man into your life that cannot handle his business financially? Why are you doing it? Oh, I'm gonna get some pushback from the brothers now. First of all, if you want this woman, then walk through the door like a grown ass man. Handle your business. And it don't have to be told to you. Now, if you hit a spot where the woman has to become a helper, according to you Christians' Bible, that's what Eve was there for, to be a helper, then there's nothing wrong with them helping. But no, you shouldn't accept the fact that he walks through the front door flat on his ass. See, when you do that, you changing the dynamics. You finna mess it all up right there, and that you can't fix it. If you started wrong, you can't fix it. Donovan?
Well, first of all, I have only dated black women, so I'm looking at these women's comments, and it's starting to pop off right now. But Demetria knows how I feel about that. And, there's a new saying that's going out right now that I hear the ladies talk about: level up. There was a thing on Mary J. Blige. She said that she should have leveled up, and she's going to marry a man that has a certain amount of money. Lisa Ray kind of had said the same thing. She didn't marry for love. She married for the title, the prestige of it. But, not all brothers, go for the white girl. But I can say there's a lot more that a white woman, it's almost like they're raised to be a spouse. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, they know their role in the relationship. And I know you sisters go through a lot, but you can't be mad when you keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Like you guys are saying, level up, but you keep dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray. Now the guy's in prison, you got kids by him, and then you wonder when that new guy comes around, because Demetria will tell you, everybody thinks I'm an L7 because I got my stuff together. I actually had a girl tell me that. He could not date me because I had my stuff together. So you're dating Pookie and Ray Ray, and I see that their dynamics of what you're going through. Some brothers don't want to be bothered with that attitude and the. I mean, are you mad every day, Demetria? Every day, this chick wakes up and her fist is balled, and hey, good morning, ho, and that's some of the stuff that we're dealing with as men. Like I said, I have no problem dating a chick that works at McDonald's or she's trying to get herself together, but like, what's love got to do with it? I have a role, she has a role. Let's work together and play those roles.
Mike Mo said, black women don't give them a chance, don't have to fight with white women. See, it's when you out there and you're successful and you got the money and you got the prestige, black women will walk past you. Like my pastor back in the day used to say, you so busy looking for Ezekiel, you keep passing up Isaac. You keep looking for something in a man, and you done probably passed up the best one that you could have had. Ain't nothing wrong with having standards. Ain't nothing wrong. Terry Hayes said that he doesn't want hold on, let me see what Terry said, y'all. Terry says he doesn't want to help, he wants a partner. If he has a house, he has a car, then they should bring the same thing to the table. I was raised a little bit differently. You see what I'm saying? I was raised different, and me and Terry have been friends almost 30 years. We never argue. We may differ on some things, but we never argue. But I'm telling you that like white girls, I'm telling you from an African American perspective, I saw it when I was in college. The black woman that I saw chasing them athletes and chasing them dudes, oh, you gonna love me. Know what the white girl said? I'll learn how. They became submissive through the door. Go ahead, Demetri. Don't eat me up.
Oh, Lord. Okay, first of all, I would say this. White women don't have the same set of circumstances as black women do. So when y'all get with these white women, I'm sure they got 2-parent homes. They have a lot of other financial, gains. But black women, and this is true for a lot of people who have children. Black people have children. Minute they turn 18, what do we do to them? We put them out the house. You grown now. Shit, it's time for mom and dad to do what they got to do. That white girl that you saw on campus, she's probably not on financial aid. She's probably got a whole family backing her. So she comes from a whole different set of circumstances. And somebody said, which is, I hate to hear black men say this mess here. White women invest in black men before they're successful. That's a lie. That black man that that white woman is getting ready to get with, his mama has invested in him. I'm sure he done probably went to 2 and 3 and 4 girlfriends who was with him when he didn't have nothing. She probably was picking him up and dropping him off. And then when he get to that point where he's successful, then he snatches him up a white woman because she is a success symbol. So don't tell me, because a lot of these white women that are with these athletes, ain't no way in hell those women gonna be with those men if they were working at Walmart. But Boom Quisha gonna be with him working at Walmart. Matter of fact, Boom Quisha gonna be glad he even got a job at Walmart. But ain't too many white women gonna be with no black man who got a mediocre job that's below an athlete or a celebrity. I mean, it's just I just hate to hear that argument. I mean, your mama a black woman, so she didn't invest in you. I mean, to me, that's a silly argument. So white women have a different set of circumstances than black women do. It's just a fact.
So are black women intimidated by successful black men?
No, it's not that we're intimidated. Hell, we want y'all to be successful.
So why would they just accept little Pookie at McDonald's and not go after the Fortune 500 dude?
I can't speak for every woman. I would say I don't know what that woman sees in a Pookie or a Ray Ray. Perhaps she has low self-esteem. Maybe she sees something in Pookie or Ray Ray that he doesn't see in himself. And that's true for a lot of us black women. When we get with black men, you know, that's our equal, right? We're supposed to be with each other. We see something in y'all don't see in yourselves, you know, but oftentimes, and I'm not saying all black men, you know, kick us in the ass on the way out the door. A lot of black men say, okay, got a good woman. She's trying to make me, you know, be all that I can be. And I agree that is out of order. But I mean, I wouldn't pick a Pookie and a Ray Ray because I know better. I'm 49 years old now. But I just think, like, if you are a Pookie and a Ray Ray, so if there's any Pookies or Ray Rays watching this and you got a woman who is trying to sow something in you, she sees something great in you, why not go with it?
Yeah, we got some Pookie and Ray Rays on here. We got some Shaniquas on here. Because some of these women on here right now watching, you got an old man at home playing games all goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't going to admit it. You ain't going to do it on this open forum. You ain't going to admit it. Go ahead.
But, you know, what? Oh, go ahead, Demetria. Go ahead. Good. Well, you know, let's talk about this now. Okay, we could get on the brothers all day about us dating white women, but let's talk about the sisters that are dating white men. Why is it that when they start dating white men, their whole demeanor changes? They're submissive. They ain't very talkative back to the guy. You know, their whole political affiliation changed. They went from a Democrat to a Republican. Let's talk about that.
Well, again, I've never dated no white man, so I can't speak for that. But I mean,
wait, Al isn't white?
My man is black. Trust me, I know it more than one way. So anyway, I digress. I don't know why black women, well, I'm lying. I have talked to some black women who have gotten with white men. I'm going to be honest with what they told me. They said that every black man that I've been with has done me dirty. Now, this is what they're telling me. I don't know it to be a fact. Every black man that I've been with has done me dirty, is cheated, can't keep a job. And y'all know the story. And so they get with a Brad or a Jared or something. And for whatever reason, it works out. Now, let's take Serena Williams, for example. Everybody jumps on Serena Williams' head about her marrying a white man, but nobody ever talks about all those brothers that she dated and not now one of them wifed her. And so when she get with Brad or whatever his name is, oh, you know, she don't like herself. Oh, she's a, you know, she just that and the other. But did you ask Drake and Common and all those other brothers she dated why they didn't do for her what that white man did? Now, I'm not, listen, I don't care who you date. I can only be responsible for who I date. But I mean, I just like to ask questions. I don't think it's just cut and dry, like, oh, I'm just going to wake up and be with a white dude. Now, some women do that, but I think we need to tell the whole story.
I think a part of the story is when you're a successful black man and your mate is the one that's struggling, and then she come up, and then all of a sudden she was this person that you could communicate with, you could talk to. I mean, it's what it was. But when she get a little money in her pocket, talk to the hand, talk to the hand. Girl, you better go sit your broke ass down somewhere. The attitudes is, I'm telling you, the attitudes runs off the real ones, man. It runs off the real ones. Now, I think also somebody said something. She said black men sexualized Serena. That white men adored her and saw her worth in marrying her. Come on, Serena, Common, Drake. Between them two, they done slept with the whole house. That they wasn't ready for Serena. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, brother. But you can't make excuses for them and then drag her under the bus. You see?
I've never and honestly, I don't have an issue with her marrying the white guy.
But I'm saying, because not just you, but we hear that a lot. Oh, well, you know, it was Drake and Common. It was a couple other brothers she dated too. But why do they get a pass and she can't get a pass? So that's what I'm saying. That's what we do to each other. Like I said, we need to have the whole conversation of why we are doing what we're doing. Because like I said, I've never dated anything but a black man. I would never date a white man because my daddy's a black man. And I just don't desire to be with any other man but a black man. And like I said, besides excluding the man I'm with now, I've been cheating on by every man I've been with. And I consider myself a good woman. And so if anybody, you know, had a reason to do it, it'd probably be me. But I got a little bit more knowledge of self than some other people do.
Hold on, stop for a second. We have a very opinionated lady that every night we saying something wrong. Wanda White, come on down. Inbox me your email address. Y'all are being hypocritical. Whoa. Listen to what y'all are saying. You know everything as to why black men date white women, but you just said you don't know why black men date
black
white
women.
Let me tell you something, my sister. I can keep my little Peter to myself. Because I ain't got to go through all that attitude. I can satisfy myself. Give me some baby oil in an empty room and I can go to work. And I can keep all my money in my pocket. And I can choose to do what I want to do. See, that's what I'm talking about. To talk to the hand. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yep.
A dignified intellectual conversation. You're getting it from 3 different ways. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't got to worry about it, me. All I've ever dated was black women.
Exactly.
Whether they were successful or not. I didn't love them for what the hell they had. I loved them for what was in their hearts.
And Wanda's lying, because I did say that. I said that I personally talked to women, black women, who have said, for lack of better words, they've been through the stuff with black men. And so now they want to go try something new. So you're lying. I did say that. See, if you're so busy trying to find little holes and stuff where people are saying, you're going to miss the message. But I did say that. I said I can't speak for it because I've never dated outside of a black man. So I can't speak for personally, but women that I have talked to, that's what they said. They've said they've been taken. Hell, I talked to a Mexican woman. All she dated was black men. And she asked me, all I've dated is black men. Why do they always cheat? And I said, I don't know, because all I've dated is black men at the time, and they all have cheated on me too. So,
but we all don't cheat. That's that's.
I didn't say you all cheated. I said all the men we've been with.
We've dated. Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. You know, but I liked what's her name's comment. She said that what's her name? That, you know, it was always the white men that sexualized black women. That goes back hundreds of years. I mean, look at some of these colonized nations where you got the half-breed kids and stuff like that, even though they were slaves and 12 years a slave and stuff like that. So in Serena's situation, I personally think she couldn't be, you know, maybe she couldn't find a cool black man or you know, her situation. I'll go one better. As an officer in the military, it is very hard to find another fellow black officer woman to date or to interact with, because by the time they're in the service, they're usually already married. So, you know, the dynamic of should I date this or should I date that? I mean, I was in a situation was, well, should I date the white woman? Because I can't date all the enlisted black girls because of, you know, I'll get in trouble. So what options do I have other than outside? Well, I was stationed in Alaska. I wasn't dating no Eskimo. That just wasn't my thing. So, you know, so we have to look at it from that point.
Kenneth say it's a sexual thing also. What you won't do at home, someone else will do. I'm going to go back a few years in my youth. Some of y'all didn't want to be called Jawbone. But Becky didn't have no problem doing it. And that's what it is.
Listen, since we're being very candid here, grown people, there are some women that don't want you to use every hole. Okay. Now I think that's for you. If you the freaky one in a relationship, before you get into the relationship with that woman, get that established. Every once in a while, woman, I might want to use your ear hole. You know, whatever. Get that established with her. But to say I'm gonna go date a white woman because she gonna let me use the extra holes, that don't sound like you love the white woman. Somebody made a good point. It's just, it's a lot of sexualization going on here. And a lot of times when I hear black men talk about white women, I rarely hear them say, "Ooh, I just really love her so much. Ooh, she's so good and she's so kind." I hear black men say when they look at white women, "Oh, y'all black women in trouble. She learned how to fry chicken." Usually y'all talking about her having a big booty or, some big legs or whatever the case is. And so, I mean, I don't know, but I will concede your point. It is a sexual thing. What you won't do at home, someone else will do. I just like to clarify, what is it that you want me to do?
I had requirements. I was a script club fan. So I made it easy. I put the scripper pole in the room. I come home with a bag full of ones. Make it happen. If it didn't make it happen, I was going to the script club. That's what it is. On that level, I think that's the after. I call that the after party of the relationship when you get into the sexual side. A lot of white women fantasize about black men, and it's the same way with you. If you've never been to a strip club, you got to go to a black one, then go to a white one. You see
Totally
what I'm
different.
saying? Because it's totally different. You will sit in there. If they got some white guys in the black strip club, they will be sitting in there drooling over them women because that's their fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Now, me, I'm going over here with my peoples because I know what I like. But I'm telling you, you ain't got to have much sometimes. You need to have a nice attitude. And if you don't have much, do you have some drive? What type of drive do you have? Because you can get sex before you can get a sandwich. You keep saying you want somebody equally yoked. Okay, well, it doesn't necessarily mean money. You see what I'm saying? Right. If you're dealing with somebody and you're going to work every day and you're coming home and the house ain't clean, okay, you're doing your part, they ain't doing their part. So it's a lot that comes into play. But I think it's a lot of plotting going on. I've been saying this for 20 years. It's a lot of plotting going on nowadays. I think everybody just looking to find their niche, what fits their situation. It's not about love, it's about convenience. Donald?
Well, my brother was married to a Jerry Springer guest. And, I find that amazing that, if you're not going to level up, like I never said I wouldn't date a white woman. I just haven't seen one that I'm attracted to. And if I am attracted to her, I'm gonna make sure I'm a level up, like what the sisters say. But my brother got him a Jerry Springer guest, and let me tell you, the trauma that I went through because of that woman, and the kids and dealing with that. And then, later on, right now, my brother's married to a black woman, and he's happily married, and he finally, wised up and said, "This is what I've been," because he found him a good black woman. But when I asked him, I said, "What was it about the white girl? What was it?" He was just, "Man, it's just something I never tried before. At the time we were young, I never did before, and blah blah blah." And he talked about it was revenge or whatever stupid stuff that he was saying. And I'm just saying, I hear nothing but horror stories for a lot of brothers that formerly were with white women. But I'm going to tell you, you sisters, and not all of you, there's some good sisters out there. Man, you I mean, it's rough to get with the sister. I mean, you really got to have your P's and Q's together. And me and G go through this all the time. So, brothers, if you're listening to me, I say this on my show all the time. Watch What's Love Got to Do with It, Larry Fishburne and Angela Bassett. And then there's a book called Ike. Read chapter 9. That was Ike's version of how to make a successful Black woman. Demetra?
I just want to say this, okay? In regards to why, you know, if your woman is not wanting to do it with you, you're gonna go somewhere else. Did you ever ask her why? Just from a woman's point of view, a lot of times women don't want to have sex with y'all. Now think about it. When we first got together, we couldn't stop doing it, you know. But then it comes to a point where it's like, listen, tomorrow I'm gonna have a headache. I'm just letting you know in advance. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a headache. Did you ever ask why? Maybe she's turned off. Maybe it's something you're doing and you're not. And I'm not blaming it all on you, but I'm speaking from a woman's point of view. When a lot of times we don't want to have sex with y'all, it's probably something you're doing. Maybe you like to cheat a little bit every now and again. Maybe I'm afraid you're gonna give me something I can't get rid of. Maybe I'm tired because I worked 2 jobs and you were sitting. Now, this is gonna be my fault, but I'm just telling you, because you're sitting at home playing a video game or whatever, and you won't, you know, get up or whatever the case is. So, and another thing, y'all talk about Black women this, Black women that. Black women, we love Black men. I'm just telling you from my point of view, we love Black men. The most, I think I can speak for most Black women. When we get with y'all, one thing we do not want y'all to do is cause us more trauma, because most Black women have been traumatized by you name it. And so when we get with you, what do y'all usually say to us? Oh, baby, I love you. I ain't never gonna do nothing to you. I'm gonna protect your heart. Oh gosh, you know, I'm a God-fearing man. And oh Lord, I just love you. I would never do anything to hurt you. Like, okay, this is all I've been wanting. 6 months later, you know, you walk around the house with your phone and your boxers, or you in the shower with your phone, with your all the nonsense. And so all I'm saying, as a Black woman, we just don't want to be further traumatized. It's horrible. And I know Black men, y'all been through y'all thing too, but I'm speaking from a Black woman's point of view. Black women have been traumatized by everything you can think of. And so we just ask that y'all don't do it to us too if we give you a chance. Period.
Boxers, really?
Listen.
Okay, so you know
because I've seen it. Y'all men, a couple months into the relationship, you can leave your phone down. You know it's cold, ain't nobody calling. But you know, for whatever reason, y'all start walking around the house with the phone in your boxers. You know, your phone ring or something. You break all your bones in your body trying to get to the phone before she can see who's calling you. Now the new thing is, you know, if the phone rings, it's settings. Or if a text comes through, settings wants to meet with you tonight at 3:00. It's because you didn't change the side pieces, name the settings or something crazy.
Boxers. You know what it's like to come home to Adina Howard? We get tired of coming home to y'all with them t-shirts and them panties. I don't give a damn how big you are.
I wasn't making
no. I'm what we see now.
I wasn't making an issue with y'all wearing the boxers. I think boxers is hot. I like that.
And I get it. Trust me, I get it. But then after 6 months, we come home. It's the same old thing. You got the t-shirt and the panties on, Adina Howard pan in the background, and this supposed to be sexy and romantic. Ain't no food cooked no more. I worked 16 hours and you ain't ball a hot dog. Now you want me to come in here and be all I can be. I can't do it on an empty stomach. I can't do it. I ain't gonna have no energy. So if I ain't got the energy to sit around and do what you do, then I ain't got the energy to do the J. Paul and chunk that wood either.
First of all, if you got a woman that don't have to go to work and she's able to be at home and you come home, ain't no food. And my sister said this best. She told my nephews, you got a woman that you're taking care of, make sure she's going to bring you a Tecate and some Tecuche. Okay. Now, if you sitting at home, you got a woman sitting at home that ain't working and you out there working and she ain't got no food and no other stuff ready for you, that ain't your woman. Okay. Now, on the other hand, if your woman is out there too, busting a hustle and doing all of that, you know, there's probably ain't going to be too much food on the table a lot. Like, I'm one of those women, and it's just me. You can ask any man I've ever been with. I cook, I clean, even though I was working. I don't like my man to cook. I don't want my man doing no dishes because that's just how I was raised, right? But I mean, what else does she got going on? And I agree with you. And I'm gonna finish this. Mm-hmm. Women, if you out there, and my dad gave me and my sister this advice a long time ago. When he leaves the house, the last thing he sees is you and your rollers and your funky robe that you have for 20 years, whatever the case is. He goes outside the house and he sees all these good-looking women at the job or wherever. They smell good. They take the time to look good. And, oh, hey, how you doing? After a while, that does become more attractive. Don't ever have your man come back home. Now, I get sometimes, you don't feel like doing all that, but don't keep having your man come back home and see you in that same old funky bathrobe and you got your hair sticking up like a troll doll and all of that. I mean, like, we still got to be visually appealing because men are visual creatures. They like women who look good. It's just a fact.
And you brought home a good point, because even though we're in this pandemic, ladies, I'm not saying go out there to the club and, get your hair done and your nails done, but, put that little 2 French braid thing down there and, and keep it popping. Just because we're locked up doesn't mean you have to just let it go.
I'm with y'all, man. People ask me all the time. I've been married twice. You know what happened? I say, man, I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. I'm getting married again.
Me too.
You been married twice. Man, I ain't got no problem being married. I just keep marrying the wrong month.
Mm-hmm. And you ain't no quitter.
I ain't no quitter, but I'm a piece of work. It's hard to deal with me on a daily. I'm moody. I'm money driven. I can go to sleep with the computer. I can wake up with the computer. If it's making money, I got to do it. Because at the end of the day, if ain't no bills paid, then we're going to have a problem around here. And I've never required my wives to work and pitch in.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to run their own businesses or do something again, do something they want to do, I'm going to support them. I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to do all that. And I think that's where, when you're looking at black men, white women, black men, which one gives me the flexibility to say that in the long run, I'm going to be with them 20, 30 years. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you went over there, got Shaniqua, oh my God, you know what you got. Oh my God. That ain't going to last but 6 months. She ain't trying to open no business. She ain't trying to go walk in no company and go to work every day. 9 times out of 10, you come home, you didn't clean the house. Oh, I'll clean the house. I'll do that. I do that once a week. I wash once a week. It's what you got to put up with. That ain't gonna work but 6 months. So I know for a fact that with successful black women, a lot of black men are intimidated by them. One, they can't run game on. They can't run game on. They got their own house. They got their own car. So what you bringing to the table besides the deck? They won't even talk to y'all because they're intimidated. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna keep listening to y'all. I'm learning tonight.
Well, Demetra, you remember I had the perfect woman. I'm talking about beautiful. She was a CNA or whatever the deal is, and she's started hanging out at the house. And then I'm retired, so one day I look, and she's still at the house. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, you live down the street over there about 20 minutes away. I said, well, you know, you gotta, you know, I don't mind you staying, but you gotta go. You know, you gotta go. Let's go get some stuff over there, then come back or whatever, right? Successful woman. So one day she comes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So one. Yeah. So one day she comes up to me. She goes, I really need my nails done. You think you get, you know, I had to let it go. I just had Demetra was there. I had to let it go because as much as success as she was throwing my money out the back window. And yes, visually everything was great, but at the end of the day, it was going to be a disaster, and it ended up being a disaster. And Demetra, you're a witness. You were there. So sometimes even the most successful women are unrealistic. And my ex-father-in-law said, what was that he said, Demetra? If they're bringing it, the brother's bringing it through the front door.
Sometimes a man will bring a spoonful of money through the front door, and a woman who is not good with money will shovel it out the back door. So
had to let her go. Had to let her go.
Clearly, you don't want to be with women like that.
Shantae Wilder says, I think of myself as a successful Black woman, and it's hard to find a man that brings something other than sex. That's because they're intimidated by you. They don't know how to run game on you. See, men, and I'm gonna give part of it away so the men, you know, don't be mad. Men look for flaws. They look to see if your hair ain't done. They look to see if your nails ain't done. Because that shit really don't cost a lot of money. The only thing messed the hair game up was when y'all started getting them bundles. When you started getting them bundles, you started losing a few dudes. Because they didn't mind sending you to the beauty shop. But men look for flaws. And if you are a successful Black woman and you don't tend to have flaws, they ain't gonna even try to talk to you. They ain't gonna even try to talk to you. But my brother, so that you'll know you're chasing her, you're trying to get in the bed. Women know if they're gonna sleep with you the first time they lay eyes on you. They already know. They already know. So in the process, you can be like Smokey and break yourself, fool. Or you can be smart.
I agree with Tay. I know where it's Tay. I agree with Tay. A lot of times when women are successful, you know, men want to, well, you know, I can show you a good time. It's like, well, with some double D batteries and all my arsenal in the closet, I can show myself a good time. But what else other you, by the way, I don't have one of those, but what else can you do for me other than that? Because I can do that for myself if I needed to do that. You know, if you want to come in here, and it's backwards. Women should go live with men. You know, men should already have their thing established. And I'm reading a great book here. I tell you, I read a lot. Before I say I do, my brother Nuri Muhammad. And he's saying that men, and I'm just telling you what it is, men should already have their foundation set. That way, when you do get a woman, she come to your foundation and she just adds on to what you have. For those of you guys who go to church, it said Adam got Eve when the garden was already put together. He did everything he needed to do, and he said, God, I'm lonely.
She was his enhancer.
I need some booty in the house. He
My God.
He didn't say, well, I ain't got nowhere to stay. And my car's in the shop and all of this, but I need me a woman. He said, no, I got all my stuff together. So it is backwards. A woman, no matter how much money she has, and I know a lot of this is gonna go over a lot of people's heads because we're not living in that time. No matter how much money she has, if she's getting seriously gonna get with a man, she should go and be with him. My dad always says, he goes, shit, as old as I get, I never move in with a woman. Because I know that I'm, ceding my manhood when I do that. It's just true. Whether people like it or not, it's just the truth. And so Tay shouldn't have that problem as a successful Black woman. She should meet somebody who is on her level. Even if he doesn't make as much money as she has, she still should be with somebody who is able to do things. I always say help means a push, not a pull. Because when I'm pulling you, I'm doing most of the work. Now, when I'm pushing you, I'm helping you get some momentum, right?
And I just want to say, Tay is balling. No, but what's her name up there said, Tara Taylor said, men also tried to ride our coattails to the top too. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm just gonna give you some advice, Tara. If a man is riding your coattails, that ain't no man, because a man's gonna have his own. So
I think women's feelings, they get in their feelings when a year or two after that the man is not financially able to do certain things, or that this is not being done. And a lot of times it ends up just being finances. You feel what I'm saying? And but you knew what you were getting into. You knew, but you accepted that. That's why when people say I'm not lowering my standards, you'll never hear me say nothing, because you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. My beautiful sisters, you have the option. You can either date a man or you can date a boy. A man gonna get up every day and make some type of money. That boy is trying to get the highest score on that PS5. You know what it is. So don't complain about it 6 months later when he still ain't got the highest score. If you got to buy him clothes because he can't financially buy him none because he's not doing nothing to try to get the money to help, do you have a man or do you have a boy? It's nothing wrong with buying stuff for your mate. That goes both ways. Nothing wrong. But I'm talking about motherfuckers that don't want to work, that don't want to do nothing. You dress him up. When you go to functions, family functions, business functions, you make him look like a superstar. And then when you get him home, you want him to be a man. It don't work.
yeah, I really think a lot of women, and it's just my opinion, make the mistake, and a lot of them have bought in. I got to get my own, or so you're kind of competing with men in their role. Because for me, and I can only speak for myself, I'm going to provide the house. I'm going to bring home the whole loaf. So I'm not saying she can't go to school, she can't go to work, or she can open her own business, but anything she makes in my household, that's just going to be extra. And a lot of women, I believe, make the mistake of these reclamation projects. His potential, I could just make him to do this other, and it's a waste of time. If he ain't already got it, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
Especially if he using your car to drop you off at work, but he ain't got no job. Well, if you ain't looking for one, what you need the car for? See, you be having the warn. You guys have the warning signs. You have the warning signs, but yet you don't do anything about it. I think the younger generation is a little lost. I think that they don't even understand what chivalry means. They don't understand that, and that's one of the main reasons that we're losing male and female to the opposite races, because the opposite races will come in and do exactly what chivalry is defined to do. I don't give a damn what a dude tell me, and I done told it to a room full of them. You can't tell me a woman don't like flowers. You can't tell me she don't like candy. It ain't the how much the necklace or the bracelet costs. It's just the point that you did it. See, when you get like me, some days it even got to a point where I didn't even know what to buy this girl for no holidays no more, because I just did it every day. I did it. I ain't gotta go way out of left field for Valentine's Day. I kicked Valentine's Day ass on St. Patrick's Day. because I just did what I was supposed to do. And that's the biggest thing. The younger generation does not understand that, and they losing some good people, man. Because a lot of this black girl magic right now, homie, you better go get you one of them judges. You better go get you one of them judges. And all this, whether it's a man or a woman, and you 50, 60 years old, I'm cool by myself. You a damn lie. I don't need no man. I don't need no woman. You a lie. If you don't need no man, what you got that toy for in the closet? You trying to substitute it? Yeah, you do. You need companionship. We all do.
And I agree with that 100%. We all need companionship. You know, a lot of times you'll hear people say black women act like men. You know, if you ever ask why we act like men sometimes, it's because we have to do the job of men. You know, taking care and providing for the whole household. You know, and like I get it. I at my age now ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be with no man sitting up playing video games and, you know, sleeping all times. Hell no. Even if you don't need to go work, because some men are good on their own, they got their own money going on. I ain't talking about no street pharmacists and nothing like that. At least get up and be productive, like look alive, you know, because a woman don't need a man to help her do nothing. But oftentimes we as black women, like I said, we do feel like men, because sometimes we have to do the job of men too. So it does make us rough around the edges.
You're doing the job of a man because you decided to sleep with a boy.
Okay, but listen, because I hear that argument too, where you slept with a boy. Well, when does the boy get the message that he needs to be a man? I get it. The woman made a mistake or whatever. She was hot and bothered, whatever the case was. She slept with a boy and had some kids or whatever. When does he just say, all right, I've been a boy, I've been Peter Pan long enough, right? Now I'm going to help my woman, or this woman that I have children with, I'm going to help her lessen the burden, lessen the load. Like, I'm going to stop being a boy. I think it's a two-way street. I don't think the onus should always be on the woman, where you decided to sleep with Pookie and Ray Ray and, you know, he's a boy. When does the boy and Pookie and Ray Ray get the message that they just need to do what men do?
It is not your responsibility to make them figure that out. You should, and I'm gonna say this here: a woman should not gap her legs open if he cannot financially handle his business.
But
now, if you do that from the gate, you get what you paid for.
But that she did that because she didn't have that child by herself. Because I can always say, well, man or boy, you knew you didn't have your stuff together. Why did you get between those gapped open legs? See what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. I think everybody's responsible, but I think it's sad that we keep saddling women with the total, you know, fault of what you had sex with a boy. Yeah, I did. Now I need that boy to become a man, not just for me, but for his children, because those children will grow up and see their father acting like a boy. And then what do you think they're going to do? So I think it's on both people.
Just remember, and I might be wrong, that he went looking for something that was the carbon copy of his mama. So you are treating him just as his mama did. So therefore, there ain't finna be no change in that dude, man. He gonna keep doing what he do, Donovan.
Well, I was reading a comment from P.I. Hill. She says, stop putting the blame 100% on the woman.
No.
Well, you know, the bottom line is the women decide who they're going to sleep with. And just like the five-star general said, they know if they're going to sleep with you in some cases right away when they see you. So I'm going to have to say, we're not saying all in general, because a lot of you women have good sense. And I have a lot of friends that have been married for years, no problems, no worries. So we're not talking to those people, but a lot of us, male and female, are to take the blame. But like I said, we're supposed to pursue, but women aren't doing that anymore because a lot of women have bought into the fact, I don't need no man, girl, whatever you want, you go out and get it. That's why when you see the brother working at McDonald's, you don't want that brother Yeah, he's not good. But you don't know he's going to the community college. It's going to take him a few years to get there. But you see the flashy guy with the nice car and the big dollar bills, you know, he might be a street pharmacist. That's what you want now. But then later on, when that guy got that big business, or he's working for a Senate campaign, or he's on the city council, now you're hollering and screaming because he won't give you the time of day. You know, whose fault is that? I mean, again, you can't attach the word boy to a man. Two different things. If you're talking about a boy, you're talking about a boy. If you're talking about a man, a real man, then you're talking about a real man.
First of all, I think you guys are making hasty generalizations, because I know a lot of women who would love for her man to go get a job at McDonald's. Yeah, there's some of those women that you would call a gold digger, whatever. Great, whatever. But there's a lot of women who wish her man would go get a job at McDonald's. Why? Because you be bringing something in this house, because something is better than nothing. And I
shouldn't even be in the house if he ain't bringing nothing in.
I totally agree, but that he is there, and we may have a child together. Bringing in a check from Mickey D's is better than you sitting at home waiting for a job to knock on the door, right? So I think a lot of times women get, you know, charged, well, you don't want a man working. Yeah, that's some women, but that ain't a lot of women, right? And then somebody made a comment about Black women being strong. Or you know, you guys ever realize that for a lot of Black women, I've never said I'm strong and independent, but a lot of women who do, that's a defense mechanism. So they don't continue to be hurt and disappointed by men. It's a way of saying, I don't need you. Now, she might not be saying you specifically. Maybe she's thinking about some of the men she's been with that have completely let her down. And so she's had to learn to be strong. And in some cases, project the attitude of a man. I got it. I don't need you for nothing. To me, it's just a defense mechanism, because Black women often don't have the opportunity to just be soft. You know, like some of y'all could probably remember your grandmothers. They had the opportunity to be soft. I remember my mom had the opportunity to be soft. But after that, women didn't have the opportunity to be soft, because we had to do the job of men, especially Black women. And so if y'all want us to be soft and soft-spoken and loving like we used to be, then y'all do the stuff y'all used to do. It's really that simple.
I always tell people, the same way you got yourself in there is the same way you can get up out of it. That's all it boils down to. But like Shantae Wilder says, but we have to agree that some women and men love struggle relationships. They thrive off the drama of it. She is not lying. Some people, man, that's a cold statement. Y'all talk about it. That's real. Some people love that drama, man.
I don't think I think they love it from what we see, but I think they're just used to that. They don't know what it is to be in a good, healthy relationship where everybody is communicating well and the respect is going both ways, and you know, everybody just feels loved in a relationship. Some people, to her point, they maybe they don't love it. It's just all they know. All they know is, you know, being with somebody who is cheating on them, whether it's a man or a woman, or you know, being with somebody who is inconsistent and, you know, got a whole bunch of hoes and dudes calling and blowing. Like, they're just used to that. Like, I've talked to women who have said, I'm not going to break up with my man. I know he ain't no good, but I know the issues he got. I don't want to go start over in a new relationship and then have to relearn the issues he has, because they believe all men have issues. So I'm just going to ride this one out. And I caught him cheating this month, and he going to be good for 2 weeks. But I know he going to be back on his bullshit in 2 more weeks. And so some people are just used to that. But I think we have to ask ourselves, if you're in a struggle relationship, are you causing part of the struggle? Like, if you know you like to get your thing out there and cheat every once in a while, why on God's green earth are you in a relationship? And why are you in a relationship with somebody who has expressed to you, I don't want to be cheated on. I want it to be you and me. Why even be in that relationship? Just go out there and throw your thing off into the wind and be with whoever, but don't get in a relationship, because again, those things causes trauma.
Well, Kathy Johnson says it's generational. But my question is this for everybody, male or female. You meet this person, you don't do a credit check, you don't do a background check, you're at the club or you're at a function, and you don't even go visit where they're from. You don't know if they come from Apocalypse Now or Shangri-La. And then you wonder why the person acts the way they do or do what they do. Oh yeah, girl, I work over here. Okay, you're going to work, but you see him have all this money and he's sitting at the house all day, or he seems available all the time, but you've never been to his job. You know, I have nieces and I tell them, in the words of that great president Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. Oh yeah, girl, I work over here. You know, go check that out. And you know, but a lot of us, we don't do that. And I say we, I'm including myself, because then we want to complain that instead of having a nice piece of watermelon, we got a grapefruit.
Well, you know how I feel about it. You know, it's relationships nowadays. You're lucky if you get 1 or 2 years out of it. You're lucky if you get 1 or 2 years out of them. It just don't work. We're still good friends. My first wife, together 22 years. 22 years. Now after that, next one, year and a half. Year and a half. So I mean, whatever we got to do to figure it out, I think we kind of, especially when you have these, you got to kind of set the table for the youngsters. You know, hopefully they can get it together and they can make it work. But I mean, it's just a lot of things that you have to put up with in relationships that you shouldn't have to put up with. Yeah, a lot of different things. And then some days you'll put up with it, like you say, Demetra. But then you'll hit the spot, or I'll hit the spot, or maybe one of y'all will hit the spot, and just like, I'm tired, I'm done, I can't do it no more, because it just gets to a point where it's what it is. But I think the biggest reason that we're losing out, well, you got a lot of more interracial relationships, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if you date who you want, you love who you want, it shouldn't be an issue. But you know, on our side of the ball, why y'all dating them white folk? Won't you do some with your nasty ass attitude? You are super beautiful, but your attitude is garbage. Final words, Ms. Demetra.
Ooh, I just think that's just too simple. You got a garbage attitude. I think we need to dissect it. Like, why does she have an attitude? Now, again, I'm not saying some women don't just have an attitude, but if you're in a relationship and you find your woman has an attitude, ask yourself, why have I done? Like, I think we need to be honest here. We need to be honest with ourselves. What are we doing? What is our part of the relationship to make the relationship go sour? What am I doing something? Am I saying something? Am I not? I mean, like, what am I doing? Because everybody has a part to play in the demise of a relationship. And I think the other thing, people go into the relationship not being honest. And I'm speaking from experience. I've been with, men who cheated on me. And then later on, and now this is my fault, not really, doing the research. But then again, some people just lie. You'll never know. Like I said, I've been cheated on. And so I actually lost my train of thought because I was getting pissed off about something. But I think everybody has a role to play. If you know you're not going to come into the relationship 100, as people say, then don't get in that relationship. I don't understand that. For the life of me, I don't understand people, whether you're a cheater, you're bad with money, or whatever. You got 10 bodies hidden behind your house. I don't understand for the life of me why people just can't come into a relationship and just put it all on the table. This is who I am. This is what I'll do. And you give that other person a decision if they want to be with you. Don't get in a relationship with me and then tell me you're going to do all these things And then you turn out and don't do none of those things. And then you say, I'm not speaking to you, Gary, I'm just saying, I got an attitude. Well, hell yeah, I got an attitude because I expected more from you. Nobody's going to be happy about somebody reneging on the things they said they were going to do at the beginning of the relationship. And then they turn out to do something totally opposite that's going to cause that other person more trauma.
Donovan, final words?
Well, I'm just going to say this to all you moms out there. Once again, happy Mother's Day. Unfortunately, it's 2020. We're in the COVID-19. So just take a rain check on going out, taking you out later on. So when this thing is clear, make sure your man, your son, whoever takes you out and have that dinner that you're rightly owed. But I'm going to also say this, love who you want to love. I mean, to ostracize a black man or a black woman because she married a white man, why should they be happy, right? Why should they be happy? How dare they? But speaking for myself, I can only tell you why I can't date outside my race. And that's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, we really got to reevaluate. And sisters, and I'm going to say this from my experience dating sisters, because that's all I've ever dated. Because I hear the brothers, I got to get me a white girl. It's easier to do this. Okay, whatever. There is nothing a sister won't do if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm going to leave it at that.
My final words are simple. An old hip hop song. The coochie is free, but the crack costs money. I said that. Tomorrow night, the infamous Tony Buzbee. If you don't know who Tony Buzbee is, he ran against Sylvester Turner in the last mayoral race in the city of Houston. But tomorrow night, he will be on the war zone. Say, man. Everybody tonight is Mother's Day. You got a wife or significant other. Put the Tyrese on and go mess up some headboards for your boys. So, you feel what I'm saying? Say, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I mean, every single day, we can't do this without y'all. I want to thank my co-host, Donovan Sadiq, Demetra K, and I am the 5-star general. Tomorrow night, Tony Buzbee will be in the building, and we going in. All that line they were talking about, oh, he gave money to Trump. Don't vote for him, vote for Turner. Well, he'll tell you tomorrow night he gave money to Turner too. You might want to tune in. I holler.